If you are looking for some really easy appetizers to make, if you have a party, like a football party coming up, I've got you covered. Today, I'm gonna be sharing with you 3 ingredient appetizers. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Let's face it, when you are hosting some type of get-together and you need to make some finger food appetizers, you don't want to spend all day in the kitchen preparing each one. And with the costs of groceries rising, you don't want a ton of ingredients to have to go into each one as well. So that's why today I chose 3 ingredient appetizers to share with you. Let's get started. Something so traditional and so easy and fast to make is a bean dip. This is just 3 ingredients. You just kind of pile them all together. There's no cutting, chopping, all the things. It comes together in just a couple of minutes. You stick it in the oven and it's ready to go. Let's get started by preheating our oven to 350. Okay, you can use an 8 by an 8. I've got this little oval baker that I'm gonna use today, but first I am going to spray it with some nonstick spray. Okay, now that that is sprayed, we are going to layer in our 3 layers, our 3 ingredients. So, fun fact, with it being the beginning of the year, I just recently did a pantry clean out and I found several canned goods that were not in the right place that I've had forever. I know I've had this one forever because it's great value and I don't shop at Walmart anymore. Whole different story for a whole different day. But, so it's been since at least before June of 2021 that I've had this, and it doesn't expire until October of later this year. So we're good to go. So let's just take our refried beans and just spread this along the bottom. My favorite brand of refried beans is from Aldi. It's the Aldi brand, surprisingly enough. So if you have those available, use those because they spread a lot easier. They're just a creamier consistency. But since I already had this in the pantry, there was no need for me to go get some more. Okay, next we're gonna use our salsa. You wanna try and get a salsa that's a little chunkier. You don't want it to be too much liquid. And it says to use 16 ounces, but because this is a little bit smaller of a dish and it's gonna make it thicker, I may not use this entire thing. Okay, I used about 3/4 of this. So that's a good layer there. And then we're just gonna top it with some cheese. Use whatever cheese you want, but just to make it even easier today, I grabbed this Mexican blend cheese. And again, I think the original recipe said to use 12 ounces. I'm not gonna be using 12 ounces, but I'm just going to put as much on here as I feel like it needs. That is it, y'all. This is going in a 350-degree oven for about 25 minutes.
Got my shirt on.
Commentator. All right, so if you are new here, we like to go through the comments and pick out a few to read each time in a video. Sometimes I miss reading comments, but if you ever wonder, does your comment get read? Yes, I try to read all comments. I try to heart all comments, and every now and then we pick some out for a video. Okay, so this one is in reference to last Friday's video, and I snuck a secret ingredient in to a meal.
The secret ingredient shall not be named.
No.
All right. Let's see. Mel Ann says, my husband truly believed that he didn't like malt oatmeal brand Cheerios called Scooters, but I would buy Scooters and put them in his Cheerio box. That's pretty good. He ate them for 3 years that way. That's hilarious. One day he came home early and I didn't have time to transfer them, and he asked where his Cheerios were. I came clean. And he hasn't complained about the Scooters since.
That's right.
That's fantastic.
Oh, I love it. So, yeah, he says he doesn't like cream cheese. He says he doesn't like cream cheese, but he liked Tabby's lasagna.
Yeah.
It has cream cheese. And you loved that. I just didn't go overboard. The recipe called for 8 ounces.
Listen, there's a recipe out there online somewhere or another where you put chicken and cream cheese in a crock pot. And that's about it.
I think there's other stuff too.
It is not good. not good, okay?
So I guess that burned you on cream cheese?
Yeah, it was like just there.
I don't remember this meal. How long ago was this?
I don't know what it was. I just remember seeing it. I mean, yeah, it had some more ingredients in there, but it was like a pasty, mayonnaise-y taste. I don't know. It was crazy, but it was...
So it kind of ruined you on cream cheese.
Not mayonnaise. It was like Elmer's glue or something. It was
I
just
don't remember this meal, y'all.
not good.
Apparently, this was well before
Long time ago.
YouTube. Well, YouTube for us.
You know, and it was like, just put cream cheese in there. And it'll magically make everything taste good. No, I don't do that.
Okay, I'll be right back.
It's time.
Okay, so that one's in the oven. You can top it with anything that you want to. So if you have some cilantro you want to put on top, feel free to do that. But the base of it is just 3 ingredients. It's still going to be yummy even without anything else. Now let's get started on our second recipe. This next recipe sounds so good. It's something I've never tried, and I'm changing it up a little bit based off of what I saw online. But this is just basically stuffed mini sweet peppers. I'm gonna be doing mine in the air fryer. You could definitely do it in the oven. Okay, I just washed all of these little sweet peppers. I'm gonna reserve the really small ones and not use those today because, I mean, how are you gonna stuff that? That's like the size of my thumb. But we are gonna stuff the ones that are stuffable. That one's pretty small too. So we'll just do these. Obviously, if you're feeding a large crowd, you'll want a lot more than this. So now I'm just gonna cut these in half and remove the seeds. Okay, this is where I'm changing it up. It said in the recipe to use seasoned goat cheese. I'm just gonna use this garlic and herb spreadable cheese. It smells really good, but I'm just gonna take a small spoonful of that and put it into each pepper. Okay, I got them all full of the cheese. I used a little more than half of this cheese. So if you have a lot more peppers than this, you'll probably need 2 containers of that cheese. But now let's go over to the air fryer. I just brought my air fryer basket over here. I'm going to spray it first with some nonstick spray. This is just, I think I have grapeseed oil in here. If you need a good mister for your air fryer, I've got it linked in my description box below. You don't want to use the aerosol cans for your nonstick spray in here because I think it can mess up the coating in your air fryer. So you want to get an oil mister like this. Okay, now we're just going to layer these in here. I should have enough room for all of these at one time, which is nice. These are going to go in the air fryer at 350 for about 10 minutes and they should be good. If you are wanting to do yours in the oven, you're going to preheat your oven to 400. You'll put them on a baking sheet with some parchment paper or something, and you will bake them for 10 minutes at 400. So air fryer 350, 10 minutes, oven 400, 10 minutes. Ah!
What?
I about dropped it. Well, I did drop it really. I gotta clean it up because, you know. Oh, come on. It was a tight fit, but we're gonna make it work. Let go. Haha. Okay, check us out. That's 2 ingredients. We need a 3rd ingredient. I almost forgot before it goes in. We're gonna drizzle honey over each one of these, just a little bit. You can leave this step off if you'd like, but it's gonna add a nice sweetness to it. I'm gonna make a mess because they're already in here and I should have done it beforehand, but that's okay. Okay, mine were done after about 7 minutes. You can see it was starting to brown the cheese on top. I went with my nose on this. I could just smell, so I opened it up and it's pretty perfect. Now some of them are overflowing because I did stuff them really full, so let that be. Just take that as a warning. Just letting you know. Okay, these are very, very hot because they just came out of the air fryer. They are a little tricky to get out. I did just use a spatula and just bring them out. I'm gonna let them cool just a little bit before we try and taste test them. I did chop a little bit of cilantro just to brighten it up a bit for me, but that's personal preference. This is ready to eat.
Well, thank you for fixing lunch.
You're welcome.
For us today. I like the finger food idea of lunch.
I know.
I think that's really cool. Yeah, that's really good.
Awesome.
Good cheddar cheese flavor with the beans and then the salsa spiciness in there.
Yeah.
How about these peppers?
Yep, try the peppers. So the peppers, we're gonna use forks just because it makes it a little bit easier and it's less messy, but.
Some kind of a cheese.
It's not cream cheese.
Okay. Let's do it. Wow! That's really good.
Are they?
Yes. The subtleness of the honey.
And
then the cheese, the texture of the cheese. I love it's like a creaminess to it.
Yeah, it is. It's a spreadable cheese, so yeah.
Yeah, it's not grainy like ricotta.
Right.
It's really, really smooth and then lots of flavor in there. You can tell that it's packed full of flavor.
Oh yeah, it's garlic and herb cheese. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then the honey just adds this really interesting little
sweetness.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
Very good. Crispy of the. I mean, not so much crispy. I mean, they're cooked. They're cooked
right.
through all the way.
Right.
I guess you could use your fingers if you don't really care about.
Right.
Being messy.
But we like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, good.
Mm.
I'm so glad. Okay, I'm gonna dig in, but there you go. There are 2 3-ingredient recipes, ma'am. She said, "Excuse me, I have not been on camera yet." No. That's all I'm making for today, but you are about to see a couple more recipes. Okay, we have another comment. I chose these comments, and it's obvious. Come on, read it.
All right, KK Mills. She said, "Cream cheese never hurt Stephen, but he acts like it has."
He has been hurt. It scarred you for life.
It has left a bad impression on me, unfortunately.
But Tabby's lasagna, you love.
I think there was another thing that we had though, where we had a lot of cream cheese. It called for a lot of cream. I don't remember what it was, but that's all you could taste was the cream cheese.
No, you're thinking about the Sloppy Joe casserole that I did.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Okay, so this Sloppy Joe casserole, it was not good. And it was not the casserole or the recipe creator's fault. It was Mandy's fault. It called for 2 ounces. 2 ounces of cream cheese. Y'all, I put a whole daggone block in it. And it was not good. If you've been around for a while, please comment below if you remember that. It was one of my very first What's for Dinners. Like, it was a long time ago. I filmed it. And it was a hot mess. It was like a sweet Sloppy Joe casserole. Somebody's at the door. Be right back.
At the front doorbell.
Okay, for our next recipe that has only 3. I can do this. For our next 3-ingredient recipe, this one is more of a snack food or dessert, but it sounds so yummy. It involves 3 things that I absolutely love, and it's really just assembling them together. There's not much to it, so let me show you. I love pretzels, I love M&Ms, and I love Rolos. These are Rolo Pretzels with M&Ms on top. Okay, so you need to preheat your oven, but you only need to preheat it to 200 degrees. I'm gonna be using the square pretzels just because it's probably the easiest, but you could use regular pretzels as well. You can do as many of these as you want. I'm just gonna lay out maybe a couple of dozen. Oh, that one's broken and needs to be eaten, see? And that one's broken too. Okay, how many is that? 2, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 30. Okay. Look at me doing math. Not so fun task. I need to take 30 Rolos out of their wrapping and just place them right on top. Let's see how long it takes. I'm gonna time myself. It's 4:31 right now. Do they sell these already unwrapped? Because that would be the trick. I did not even look into that. Okay, it is 4:35 and I am done. That was not bad at all. Okay, these are going in the oven at 200 degrees. You just want to put them in there for 3 to 5 minutes. You want them to kind of glisten, but you want them to maintain their shape. You don't want them to melt completely. So we just got to keep an eye on them. Every time I touch these, she thinks it's something for her. Ma'am, you think it's cheese? It's not. I know. You want a treat? You want a treat? Okay, let's go get a treat. They're soft. She doesn't like the hard ones. See, I got old teeth. Yeah. I didn't throw it yet. You're in the way. Okay, they are glistening. Do you see that? And now you're just gonna grab an M&M and press it down here. Oh, mine are more than glistening. Are you supposed to press it? Maybe a little. Why are all of the ones I've pulled out yellow? So it says to lightly press it. You don't want to press it all the way. And I gotta work kind of quickly. Bless it. Okay, our next 3-ingredient dessert is called White Chocolate Oreo Fudge. There's nothing about that whole title that I don't love. Let's do it. To get started, in a saucepan, I'm just gonna pour in this can of sweetened condensed milk and this entire package. This is an 11-ounce package of white chocolate chips, and we're gonna heat it over a low heat and just melt it completely. These spurtles are the best thing. I reach for these all the time. They are so good at scraping out cans. They're wonderful. So this will take just a little bit over low heat. It shouldn't take too long, but I'll just keep coming over here and stirring this. And while I do that, we need to crush up some Oreos. Okay, I've got a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. We need 20 Oreos. I brought these home and Cole said, "Can I have any of these?" I said, "Yes." I said, "As long as you leave me 20 of them." So, oh, I can't talk and count at the same time, so I'll be back. I think that's about 20. I really did lose count, but we're gonna go with it. So I'm gonna close this up and I'm gonna grab my rolling pin and just crush these up a little bit. Okay, I think that's good. I don't think you want them in teeny tiny pieces. All right, we're just gonna set this to the side for now. We need to line an 8x8 baking dish with parchment paper. Wait, did I see a trick? Am I making this up? I feel like I saw somewhere where they said to put it over the bottom. Y'all, I don't feel like that worked. Maybe it did a little bit. Okay, maybe a little. Not really though. So did I have the right idea? I know the bakers that are watching this are like, "Oh my gosh, she's a mess." And I am not arguing with you. But if you have an easier way to do what I just tried to do, let me know. This is ready. Trying to do this one-handed, never a good idea. Don't try this at home. Okay, so I'm just gonna mix this in together really good. I need both hands. I don't even wanna put it in the pan, I just wanna eat it. Let's go over to the pan though. Okay, so let's see if I can get this to do what it needs to do. Okay, not too bad. These caraway pans are the best ever because basically nothing sticks to them. Everything just comes right out. It's heavenly. And now I'm just gonna spread this out as evenly as possible. And then we're just gonna stick it in the fridge and let it set. It says it'll take about 1 to 2 hours to set up. Theirs was not, I say theirs, the recipe I saw online. Theirs was wider than mine, so maybe I crushed up my Oreos a little too much. But we've got the parchment paper in there just in case you don't know why I have that in there. It's to make it a whole lot easier to lift this out of the pan and cut it once it has set up like it's supposed to. A few Oreos for the top, just to make it look a little more Oreo-ish. Okay, ta-da! That's going in the fridge. I'll see y'all in a little bit.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. Okay.
Open that up. Stop.
It's a fan.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna hit me with it.
Okay.
So this is a couple of days later. He has not tried the Oreo fudge yet.
We're gonna try a couple of day old Oreo fudge.
It's fine for like
Just
a
been
week.
sitting down on the counter, you know. We just go in there and eat on it every time.
I've been eating it. He has not had it yet, so I said it's time.
God, you done ate half of this time. Just kidding.
Excuse you. And your son has helped too. Thank you.
He had a bite.
You ready?
Yes. Cheers.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Dink.
I took a big old bite.
It's fudge. You take little bites, baby. You did take a big bite. He ate half of it.
It's really good.
Isn't that good?
Very rich. So it's rich, but it's not too bad. Not too bad. It's
like cookies and cream, which is your favorite.
It's more like I would say that it's more like I don't know, it tastes more like an icing or a cream than a fudge.
Okay.
To me.
Okay. It reminds me of an Oreo McFlurry.
Yeah.
Kind of like ice cream with Oreo mixed in, like a cookies and cream. It's really good, isn't it?
It's good.
And I don't think I ever reported back to y'all on the Rolo Pretzels.
We're reporting back. Isn't that the sound of... Like
This
Morse
just
code?
in, yeah.
This just in, yeah. Get you a green screen. And now...
Anyway, the Rolos with the pretzels and the M&Ms is so good. It's got that sweet and that salty. Have you had one yet?
Those?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I like those. I like those better than that.
Yeah. What's the sweet and the salty?
These things are good though. These little things. I don't mind if I do.
I'll see you back with the next one. Okay, y'all, we have one more recipe. This is another savory dish, and it's another 3-ingredient recipe. This one is called Bacon Guacamole Crescent Cups. Super duper easy. You either need crescent rolls or you can use the crescent roll dough sheet, which is what I have. Let's get started by preheating the oven to 375. For this recipe, you just need 4 slices of bacon cooked to crisp. So I'm gonna get that started here on the stove while we start working on our crescent cups.
Let's see. All right. Ann Jackson, she said, "Hi, Mandy and Steve. I was so worried Steve didn't get the shirt I sent for Christmas. I got it. Yay. It was supposed to include a card from me, but apparently Zazzle left that out."
They did. I looked all through it and there was no card.
And again, happy holidays and love all your content. And oh, by the way, my cat Oliver Grayson has a crush on Gracie Lou. When he hears her, he runs to the TV and gazes at her. Gracie, you got an admirer.
Gracie has a boyfriend. Where did she go?
She's in there.
Gracie.
She's in there. She's usually in here. She's like, y'all ain't got nothing for me to eat.
You got a boyfriend named, what was his name? Oliver Grayson?
Oliver Grayson, yeah. Love that.
Can you say hello to him? Say, hey, Oliver. Hi. Yeah. I'm so glad that you like to watch me. You're not going to talk today?
He's like, I'll talk for some cheese.
I love that. But Anne, thank you so much. We had no idea. Let me put her down. We had no idea who had sent this shirt. And we wanted to know who sent it. So I'm so glad that you commented. And we really appreciate your creativity and just your thoughtfulness. That was so kind. Yeah. Okay, for this recipe, we're going to be using a mini muffin pan. So I need to cut this into 24 little squares. I've got my pizza cutter here. I'm going to do 6 across and 4 this way. Did I do that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why is that so difficult? Okay, we're good. I'm going to lightly spray my muffin tins with some olive oil spray. Okay, so we're just going to take each little square and pop it into the mini muffin cup. If it does not go completely up the side, that is okay. Some of mine are not squares. They're more like rectangles, but it'll be okay. Okay, we've got them all in there, and now this is gonna go in a 375-degree oven for 6 to 8 minutes until they're just lightly golden brown on the edges. Okay, so they just came out of the oven. They were in there for 7 minutes. They are lightly golden brown around the edges, just like it says. We need to let them cool here for 10 minutes, and then we'll remove them out and let them cool the rest of the way before we move on. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is, now that these have completely cooled, I've got this 8-ounce container of guacamole. This is just the Holy Guacamole brand. And we're gonna take just a teaspoon of it and put it in each cup, and then we're gonna top it with some bacon. I went ahead and cut my 4 bacon pieces into 6 pieces each. Bacon guacamole crescent cups. Now I just need to do the rest of these. Okay, Steven had to go back to work, so I'm gonna do the taste test. I think these are the perfect little party food. Y'all, these are delicious. I give these a 10 out of 10. I love guacamole, I love bacon, I love crescent rolls. So combining the 3 of them together has never really been a thought for me, but this is so good. If I went to a party and these were there, I would eat all of them.